Hey guys, what is going on? DaBoki here once again. Happy Friday. And I am filming this pretty much right after I just filmed the last episode. So I'm sorry if you guys left some comments on like some things that I can do or some tips and tricks. Sometimes I'll be filming, a few episodes at a time just so that I can have a little bit of a backlog, especially because like I mentioned last episode, I'm leaving out for a trip for Canada. So I'll be out for a little bit, maybe a week or two, and just needing a few extra episodes here so I can still maintain that schedule of upload for the crafting stories. But last episode, we went down to the mines, got some great materials. That was exciting. Today, I want to still work with the mines a little bit, make it a way just for me to travel there easier. We're going to be kind of doing a little bit of the mine arc right now. Just focusing on the mines themselves. Oh, I got so many seeds here. This is beautiful. Yes. Yes. Is this really still not 9x9? I received a comment on a previous video saying like this is not a 9x9 farm. Maybe I did mess up. I think I did, huh? 1, 2, 3. I did mess up. This is not a 9x9 farm. That's a 9x9. I finally fixed that. I'm so sorry. Probably light this place up just a little bit. Probably focus on not having monsters spawn here at night would be good. Be very nice. We have the cows here still. What I want to do is I want to build like just a very safe passageway from my mine to the like really deep underground area, so I can just run back and forth like freely, and then eventually I'd like to make a railroad to get there. I don't know if I can get to the railroad right now because I just think the rails and the carts, it requires a lot of resource that I don't have at the moment, but I at least want to start building like a tunnel. So I'm going to be building a very big tunnel, and I want to be using wood because wood is cool. Luna's just standing on top of the furnaces of cooked chicken. That's kind of messed up. Build a few iron tools, a few more iron pickaxes at least. And I do want to get myself an iron sword as well, because I think we deserve one. And I'm just going to toss that sword away. Hopefully it disappears, or Luna can pick it up and be a fighting chicken. I don't think this is enough wood though. So starting from here, I would like to build just a safe passageway, a roughly safe passageway to get to the underground area. Maybe it doesn't have to be like complete wood, but I would like it to be wooden. I think wood makes me feel a little bit safer and homey. It's like a cozy material, having that wood there. So it'd be nice to just have wood cradle me as I walk through these scary mines. I'ma need so much more wood if I'm trying to do this all with wood. I take that back because I underestimated how much materials I actually need. Probably do like just a combination of materials, because it would be kind of insane to try to fill this all with just like pure wood, you know what I'm saying? Let me rethink this a little bit, because it's just gonna be so much wood that's needed if I want to make this project go through. I'm gonna just mine for a bit here. I got myself like 4 axes, and I'm just gonna go to town and try to pick at these trees quite a bit. Need to build a tree farm as well. I'd love to build just like a reliable tree farm. Look at this guy. Wants to be a human. How dare you? Oh, I don't know why. That just reminded me of a movie I watched. Whoa. Oh god, that scared me. Oh man, that sound. I don't think it's as loud for you guys in the video, but right now, like, the sounds are kind of loud for me, so I get kind of spooked. Sorry. So it wasn't a movie that I just watched, but it was a movie I watched a while back called Warm Bodies. How a zombie starts to regain its heartbeat after it sees this like human female. He starts to fall in love. It's a really cute movie. A little bit cheesy, but a very popular song came from it. Yeah, Midnight City. That's the song I have been mining for a while. I got so much wood. Look at how much of this like birch logs I have. I've been going kind of crazy with it. I actually visited my first sort of like tree farm museum relatively not too long ago. It was when I took my trip to Seattle, which was just an amazing trip. But it's called an arbitrarium. Arbitrium. Oh man, I can't say that word very well.
Arboretum.
Oh wow, I butchered that word. Arboretum. Yeah, no, it's really pretty. Just love seeing all the different types of trees and just like the history behind them. But I would love to build some sort of arboretum, or maybe just a normal tree farm so I can harvest them as well. I have a lot now, and I am gonna go down and try to build this tunnel. Let me attempt to do what I tasked out to do at the beginning of this episode. Like, there's a really awesome area over there. Looks like I just haven't explored. Some big materials here too, but I'm gonna just start or continue to just block this part off. Maybe I don't have to like completely block it off, but just kind of indicate that there's a little spot there that we could go out into. I really like this waterfall though here. I kind of want to like keep this a little bit. Maybe just make it a bit like a railing or something around it. So I kind of changed my mind a bit. I don't really want to make like an overarching tunnel because I actually really do like the structure of this underground mine. I think it looks really cool. So I'm just gonna like build up some walls though to kind of have at least just a pathway to kind of lead me to there. I think this would be kind of nice. But yeah, having just this open face cave system, I think it looks really cool. So I'm just trying to build a little bit of like a walkway. Again, if we can do some rails here, that would be ideal. Kind of going all the way through. I think that'd be awesome. Yeah, that place I need to explore more as well, for sure. But I'm gonna try to just okay. But like kind of block this part off just a little, because yeah, I don't want too many entrances to this area. I guess we'll still have to be careful though when we proceed through this spot, because it's still huge monster territory here. You gotta remember that. Poor little guy. Maybe this part will kind of beef up the walls just a little more. But it'd be nice if we can go out and explore in there later on. I know I didn't really need all the wood because I am just kind of mixing and matching with wood and the stone here, but maybe we can fill it out with more wood later on. Even though I said I liked to build above ground a lot, this series I've been building a lot underground, I feel like. Or I guess it's 50-50. But I'm finding myself wanting to do stuff underground quite a bit. I don't even know what to call this. I'll need to think of a name for this creation of trying to build some sort of underground passageway. I'll think of it later. I took like maybe 3-hour break. I was playing my premiere matches in Valo. If you guys don't know what that is, it's like a little open tournament that you just kind of create your own team, and every week you do a little premiere games. So we had ours tonight. We lost both games, but yeah, we'll get them next week. It was still fun. I've been skipping on the coal veins already, just because I have a good amount, but could get some more. I've been going through a lot of torches as well. A few days ago, I got to go chili picking. Hopefully I release that vlog soon. I still need to edit it up. I don't know when the timeline of these videos are going to be coming out, but I may have already released it, or I have not released it yet and still editing it. But I went out to Pueblo, Colorado. If you guys come by, I would say I recommend to go visit, but it's a little bit of a rougher city, I would say. It's getting a lot nicer right now, and it's a really beautiful spot. One of my good friends lives there, but yeah, it has a reputation of kind of being a little bit of like the ghetto, maybe, if you want to call it that. But over there's like a lot of farmlands, and it's really nice, nice hikes over there too. That's kind of like around the area where I go to the incline. If you guys watch my vlog on that, the incline is like just a lot of stairs, like 2,700 some stairs up a mountain. So there's some like really beautiful stuff over there. Garden of the Gods is over there too, but the city itself kind of has some rough spots for sure. Sorry about this like really ugly wall, by the way. I may just like cover it up with wood all the way through. This like mixed match color is kind of weird. But anyways, yeah, we go to Pueblo, or my mom goes to Pueblo once a year for chili picking and going to a farm. Over there's a really nice farmer. His name is Donald, and he lets like a whole bunch of people come onto his farm at like roughly the end of the season, where like most of the stuff has been harvested, and he lets the common folk come to his farm and just pick as much as they can, and the rest of it the rest of it just gets like plowed and fertilized into the ground for next season if it doesn't get farmed up. So I got to experience that with my mom this past weekend. My mom and brother actually went both with her over there, and it was really cool. Just kind of like farming, essentially. Well, we were like harvesting. So there's like a lot of different vegetables there that we were picking, but primarily what we focus on are chilies and radishes. There's a lot of different types of radishes, like chonggak kimchi radish, mu kimchi, and then there's like also just like some good cabbage there too for like napa kimchi. So there's a lot of Korean people that will travel to this farm for Donald's farm. Pretty much what you do is like you go onto his property, and then you just pick as much as you can, or as much as you want, and then he charges like roughly 80 cents per pound of whatever you pick, and then he can like just give a discount to you, usually if like he's just like rounding down or something. So he's a really nice guy. But it's kind of funny because he's a pretty stereotypical farmer, right? Like this white farmer, and like kind of gruff and rough, but like he knows quite a bit of Korean, like basic Korean words. He's this older guy, and it's just because he has so many Korean people visiting his farm, and like because it's just so popular for getting these vegetables, and it's like a really good price too, and he gets like the side dishes, and a lot of Korean people will come and drop off side dishes for him. So he's very like familiar with Korean, which is like kind of cool, like how that kind of worked out. So I was over there picking, and mom was showing me like different techniques and what to look out for. She doesn't know it all either, but we do have some family that is like pretty into the farming life, so she knows like the basics, and she kind of grew up on a farm too when she was younger, so she definitely knows her way around a farm. But it was pretty cool just picking a lot of chilies, and I did a vlog of the farm, and then afterwards we created some like special chili side dish, which is like, or a pepper side dish, which is like a pickled fermented soy sauce pepper. I show it a lot when I'm eating or like doing cooking videos because it's like one of my favorite side dishes, but we make it every year after my mom goes and like picks a whole bunch of chilies. We all just like sit around and prep chilies together. The prepping process is quite a bit. It's like you have to wash and then dry each chili really well, or each pepper. I keep calling them chilies. I guess they're called chilies, but I should just be calling them jalapeno peppers really, because they're just, we use the regular jalapenos. There's a lot of different peppers too, peppers I'm just not familiar with, but it was awesome though, getting to do that, and then pulling out the radishes and just getting a little bit of the farming. I mean, I feel like the farming that I did was so, what is it? The end game farming is like the easy part of the farming, is like just harvesting everything. The hard part of farming is, of course, trying to take care of everything. And from the initial part, you know, when the land isn't even fertilized or fertile yet, and you have to like plow it and do all that. But it seems pretty cool, like very rewarding. It got me thinking a little bit. I mean, loosely, like, wow, what if I tried out farming for a bit? I mean, I heard these days, like, there's just not a lot of people that want to get into farming because it's just not very desirable in a way. Oh, also, I'm kind of thinking about walling this off, but this is like so cool over here. I love the way this looks, this water and lava flowing down. I may try to open this back up in the future, or like put some glass here later on, because just so we can like see it when we're coming through. But yeah, I'll get to that later. It just seems like not a lot of people want to do farming these days, so like farmers are kind of becoming a lost profession. We're like automating a lot of stuff, and you know, one person can kind of do it all with machines, but we still need a lot of, I guess, food, right? Can I just pour this down and write it down here? Oops. Okay, nice. Nice. All right, so I kind of built this wall up. One of my old coworkers and good friend when I was software engineering back then, he actually really enjoyed farming, and that's what he did. Like right when I left for full-time content creation, he left also to kind of pursue his dream of getting out of the office, and he went to go live on a farm and did farming, which when we were on the farm and looking around over there, it looked really cool because the families got to live on the farm, and there was like some really nice houses just like pretty remote, and I think they just like work and then they can just live there is what I'm guessing. But I think that'd be pretty cool if like I could have a mentor, someone to teach me about farming, because I have no idea like anything about farming. It seems like very hard work, but I feel like that is like something I could definitely get down with. Nice. Okay. Just kind of cleaning up this area a little bit. Really hoping that this place is a little safer now. Trying to make it as like safe as possible. There's still like quite a bit of bats spawning here. And the reason why I was saying Pueblo is not very safe, so I have a few good friends that live in Pueblo, and they're always telling me like, oh, it's so rough, you know, I get shot at like every day. You know, they're like exaggerating, or I assume that they're exaggerating a lot about it. But I went to Pueblo, you know, for the chilies, and then afterwards so happened there was a chili festival going on. Like this really cool festival of a whole bunch of peppers. So I'm trying to get this bat, this dang old bat here. Get over here. Okay. I don't know why I'm trying to kill these poor bats all the time, but yeah, there's just like a whole bunch of peppers. Local farmers come through because I guess like Pueblo peppers, Pueblo chilies are like very popular and like well known. So they roast, like fire roast a lot of these chilies. It was cool seeing everyone having these like competitions also of like fire roasting their chilies. So yeah, it was like good foods and it was really fun. But before we got there, I guess we kind of took a wrong turn and we ended up on like the east side of Pueblo, and I really needed to use a restroom, and you know, I want to get some energy drinks, so we stopped by this gas station, the 7-Eleven, and I went in and I like asked like, hey, can I use your public restroom? Do you guys have one? And the cashier was like, no, we don't have a public restroom. I'm like, oh, okay, you know, I'll just get these 2 energy drinks then. And then she just like randomly proceeds to tell me like, yeah, we don't have a public restroom anymore because like a few months ago someone got murdered in it, so we just closed it down for good, so like we can keep the store a bit safer. And I was like, wow, that was a lot of information that I don't know if I needed to know. and then she like started to tell me like more stories of like, you see this hole next to me, and like there's a wall behind her. She said, well, this is a bullet hole. We got shot at like the other day from a robbery. I'm like, what are you trying to say? Like, are you trying to scare me off? Because it's working. And it's like, she just like kept telling me these facts about like how dangerous it was. And then like she said that her daughter was working there at the 7-Eleven. She was actually like stocking some drinks, I think, in the back. But she was like, yeah, I started working here so I could keep an eye out on my daughter because it's just not safe here. So I wanted to be here with her. Wait. Hold on a second. Is this it here? Oh, did I just cover this spot? Did I cover up the hole? Oh, I did cover up the hole. I was like, where did the hole go? Yeah, and then she was like, I started working here to keep my daughter safe. I was just thinking, man, you know, maybe their situation is like they just can't afford to even find another job. So like they're, instead of like pulling her daughter out of this environment, mom just came and worked with them or with her daughter. I'm like, shoot, you know, I hope you guys stay safe. and I'm sorry that it's just so rough like that. And yeah, it was crazy. So right after I left that 7-Eleven, I messaged my friend. I was like, dude, you are not kidding. Like, this place is a little rough. I can feel it. And he's like, where were you? And I told him exactly where I was. He's like, wait, why were you on the east side of Pueblo? He's like, that 7-Eleven? Yeah, that exact one? Someone got killed there from farting on somebody. And I was like, what? He's like, yeah, they were at the telephone booth. And apparently some guy farted on another guy, and then he got murdered. I was like, what in the world? And like, this is insane. Like, what is happening out here? So that was a whole different incident, but I was like, geez, this place is crazy. But the city itself, though, is pretty nice, guys. Like, I know those stories might kind of drive you away from Pueblo, but I mean, I would recommend visiting Pueblo sometime, like, if you can. It's like, it is a little bit rough in some parts. I'd maybe like do some research on like places to avoid. I think that's just kind of like good to do especially if you're going to a new city, is like kind of looking up some spots of like, whoa, okay, maybe we don't go into this part of town, you know? That's what I like to do when I go visit new cities, is kind of like figure out where the locals think is like a good place to avoid, you know? Like here in Denver, you don't want to go to Five Points, and maybe stay away from some parts of Colfax or Federal if you just like want to have a less sketchier time, I guess. I mean, every city will have some of its rough parts, but I do believe every city does have a lot of its beauty too. Like in Pueblo, like the River Walk Street is just so beautiful. They made a man-made river that runs through Pueblo. I haven't adventured through it yet, but I drove by it and I've heard a lot about it. I would love to like experience the River Walk, but there's like, I think it's part of the Arkansas River. They kind of, how do you call it, detoured it or routed it, like, so it's not like they blocked it off, but they like took part of the river, borrowed the water, the flowing water of the river, I guess, and then put it through the city itself. So it's like really nice, like having almost a river walk, you know, through the city, and it's really pretty. Hopefully I can do a little video sometime over there and just go experience it. That was my experience of Pueblo. Now back to Minecraft though. I am trying to kind of make this a little bit tidied. I think I did a pretty good job though. I'm pretty happy with this this tidiness, and just kind of, I guess, making it a bit less spooky. A less East Side Pueblo. What if I just called this Pueblo? This area here, because it's like, it's pretty, you know. Oh my gosh, we got infiltrated. Spider has shown up. Maybe I need to go up there and put some torches. Well, I don't know if this is gonna like help anything, but I'm just hoping that, again, we can make this a little safer. I feel kind of bad because like these episodes, I'm not really progressing too much. I feel like maybe I had that same feeling when I was doing, whoa, my other crafting stories. Like, I take a long time doing things. I'm not like doing too many cool builds and such, but trying. I feel like I just used way too much wood here. It's just unnecessary of how much wood I used. So this is where our little checkpoint area was, and then we can run through, come down here, and then we're greeted with this nice little pathway here, which is very cozy. Take a little nice walk through Pueblo. And then you're just continually following this path, greeted by some nice walls. I may want to like block this off later. And then we come down over here, and then we are then presented with this area, where this is where you kind of walk down this weird little area, and then you can get into the really deep caves. But I'll work on that later. I think that can be a work in progress. I feel like this has been kind of a long episode of just a lot of mining and building this weird underground tunnel system. I may want to do some stuff above ground next, just to kind of switch it back and forth, or maybe start doing some redstone adventuring. But guys, thank you so much for watching. I appreciate it. I hope you guys have a great Friday, and much love, one love. This has been DaBoki. I'll be seeing you guys later. Goodbye.